We thought we had a platform. We didn't want to give up the rights to anything yet.
There is plenty of headaches and nightmares that come with going public, but the general thesis for a lot of biotech companies is you got to raise a lot of capital. And if there's a clear line through the FDA approval process, then there is going to be a demand side typically to acquire a lot of these companies before they even go live. So walk us through kind of quickly the decision-making process of going public versus positioning for an acquisition as you're getting FDA approvals.
Yeah. So typically with a biotech company, your revenues are only going to come, at least anything major, is after an FDA approval of at least one product, and then you can sell it. So uh, typically a company goes public well before that happens. So you're not going to have revenues when you go public. You probably won't have revenues even a few years after you go public. So a lot of it is based on what is the potential of your product to get approved and what the sales potential is, and maybe your pipeline, other products that you might have. But usually you have a lead horse, that this horse is going to be a particular disease market it's going to treat, and its sales potentials are X, and this is the approval pathway. And usually the time that you get serious interest from for a potential buyout or acquisition or to go public is when you have some modicum data on efficacy. And that usually happens in the development cycle, usually after what they call phase 2 trials. And these trials are usually in diseased patients. You've treated enough of them, you have some statistical power to it to show that those patients responded meaningfully, you have meaningful safety data, and to show that, hey, the FDA has agreed on a plan with us, and now we're just going to execute that plan. But oh, by the way, that plan costs $150 million. So where are you going to get this capital? Either you find a pharma partner that says, hey, I will fund the development of this if you give me the rights to market it, and you come up with the relationship in terms of how much royalties and stuff that you're going to split on that basis. So they fund it, you keep doing your thing, and they're funding it, and they're there to acquire the product if it ends up making it a past approval. Or you go public and you say, hey, we're going to go get the capital from the public markets, and we'll sort of take it on our own. And maybe if somebody comes along the way to try to buy us out, they can buy us out. And so we went through that process. Our executive team decided that going public was the better option because we thought we had a platform. We didn't want to give up the rights to anything yet until we had enough meaningful understanding of what that platform was. And so we thought if we could continue developing that data and getting to the point where we almost had a product approved, and then we could try to leverage that to develop the rest of the platform. That's the approach that we took on that one.